Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another great episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, That Ocean Crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. Four continents down, two more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. You see, we actually have a special event going on this Saturday, and it's one of AEW's big events. It's one of they're considered one of their big five, and I'm talking about Full Gear. That's going down this Saturday, November 22nd. At in Newark, New Jersey, which is you know like I guess you could say a stone's throw, or a couple of train rides, two train rides away from where I'm at. I'm over here in Brooklyn, and yeah, it's going down at the Prudential Center. And man, I got to tell you, man, I'm so excited for this. They really did it well. You want to know something crazy? For the first time um, in probably, I would like to say, the history of AEW, they have less than 10 matches. That is crazy. I'm like, wow, that I was like, that's a big change. By the way, I'm sorry if it sounds like there's like two people speaking. I'm actually doing this on Instagram as well. They have this new thing where I don't know from for those of you that have used StreamYard, they have this new thing where you can use the portrait setting or landscape setting on the on their platform. And right now, what you may see is different from what I may see. And right now, I'm seeing two screens, one representing Instagram, one representing, YouTube and Twitch, which is where we're actually streaming on. And if it sounds like there's two of me, that's because that's the Instagram side talking. So my apologize for that. My apologies for that. If it sounds weird, let me know. I'm just I'm gonna watch this back afterwards. If it sounds weird, I'm just gonna be like, okay, we're not gonna deal with Instagram right now. Besides, they don't even let people like post comments, and they don't even let us publish them publicly. So I don't know. Instagram, you're kind of testing us right now. We got love for you, but come on, you gotta do better. But anyways, so we have AEW Full Gear, and we have 9 matches. I am surprised. 9 matches, and two of those matches are actually going to be on the pre-show. So that means we have 7 matches for the main show, for the main card. That's wild. However, one of those matches is actually the Casino Gauntlet match, which I'll get to later on. So I think that's why there's less than like 10 matches this time. So um let's go ahead and get into it. So the first 2 matches I'm going to touch on are the pre-show matches, and both of these matches have had a great build up. One of them has had a great build up. The other one, you know, it's kind of there's a little bit of story, but you know, um, not as not as much. I mean, if you've been following, So the first match we have are the tag team of Boom and Doom, which are the surprisingly the new tag team of Big Boom, AJ, and QT Marshall. And man, now this man wants me. Damn you, Big Boom! Now I want to go ahead and get me some nice super chocolate chunk cookies to eat with some milk, man. I'm trying not to eat that stuff. Ah, um. So we have that tag team, and they're going to be accompanied by Big Justice, and they're going to be facing the tag team of RPG Vice, the former Roppongi Vice, which are the tag team of Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Which, by the way, I probably may never have. Um, I probably may never have said this before, but I may never get to drink a beer with Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's probably never going to happen. Or have a glass of milk with Kurt Angle. But if I could do if I could mark out over one thing, it would be to get some McGriddles with RPG Vice, man. If you're a Roppongi Vice fan, you know what I'm getting at. There was a song that they had where they said somebody said Roppongi. I don't know if it was Trent or Rocky. They were like, Roppongi Vice are just a couple of weirdos who stay up at midnight and go to McDonald's and get McGriddles. Which McGriddles are nice. They're tasty. Like I don't think there's anybody that said they don't like McGriddles. That food's busting. So I would definitely settle for having some McGriddles with RPG Vice at McDonald's. But you know, yeah. For this match, honestly speaking, as much as I got nothing but love for RPG Vice, I'm gonna have to go with Boom and Doom. This is gonna be the get back. Or maybe it won't. I don't know, because Roppongi Vice, they've been teaming for years, pretty much I think a decade. And I mean, Boom and Doom, they just started this tag team. So you know what? I would say this is gonna be their get back, but I'm gonna have to go with RPG Vice. They're a more solidified tag team. They've been doing this for a long time. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think they got a couple of titles too. Actually, they may have had like one or two. They may have won. Actually, yes, they have. Actually, they won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. They won that 4 times. They've won a Super Junior Tag Team as well back in 2016. And they've also won the Wrestle Circus Big Top Tag Team Championship one time as well. So, and they've just been around for a long time, man. So I would definitely, I'm gonna definitely have to give it to RPG Vice. I mean, they're bad guys right now, but still, I mean, they're more solidified, and I think they're gonna pull off this win. I can see them doing that. But it's going to be a great effort from Boom and Doom. I can definitely see that as well. So the next match we have is a 4-way tag team match, a $200,000 four-way tag team match where the winners will receive they will receive $200,000 a $200,000 cash prize. So the participants in this are the Bang Bang Gang, which are the tag team of Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, versus Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners versus Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, formerly known as the Acclaimed. Ooh! All these other tag teams are in cohesion except for one. And the one that's not in cohesion are the ones that used to be in cohesion several years ago, but now they just don't like each other. And I'm talking about Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. But surprisingly enough, I predict they're going to win this. I predict that they're gonna somehow find some common ground and get the win in this match. I could only imagine how it's going to be when they get the victory, though. They're probably going to argue who should get most of the $200,000 cash prize and whatnot. But I think they're going to put it together and get the win over these guys. Although I wouldn't mind seeing the Outrunners get that money. The Outrunners have hella charisma. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bang Bang Gang win. I mean, it'd be nice for them to finally win something. Big Bill and Brian Keith, I don't know. That would be an interesting victory. But I'm gonna go with Max Caster and Anthony Bowens for the win. All right, so the next match we have, now we're on the main card, the big show, and I'm not talking Paul White. No offense to Paul White, by the way. Now we're on the main card, and the first match that we have going down is gonna be a singles match. And this is gonna be between Chris Statlander and Mercedes Moné. It's a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. And Chris Statlander is the defending champion. She's going to be defending against Mercedes Moné. How many belts does she have now? 13 belts, 12 belts? I don't know. She's just collecting belts like her name is Thanos, man. And when he was collecting all those stones and whatnot. But Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. Mercedes is putting a lot on herself because now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with Mercedes Moné to get the win. I'm gonna be brave and say she's gonna get the win. But the thing is, what are you gonna do now? Because now you're putting more pressure on yourself because you have the AEW Women's TBS champ. Is it the TBS Championship? The TBS Championship that you have to win, that you have to defend. But now also you have the AEW Women's Championship that you have to defend. So if she wins this, can she pull off defending 2 titles night after night after night? It's gonna be rough. And the biggest test is gonna come at that one show where she has to defend both titles in one night. Can she do that? That's the question. But I'm gonna go with Mercedes Moné to get this win. I can see it. I'm gonna be brave and say, yeah, I'm gonna go with her picking up the win. But I like this from Mercedes. It shows Mercedes in a different light. And this is why I tell people, like, you need to actually give other promotions a chance, not just WWE, not just, whatever promotion. You need to give other promotions a chance because you never know how that performer might be presented to you once they join that other promotion. Look at people like Jon Moxley. Look at people like Toni Storm is a great example. What did Toni Storm do in WWE? I can't remember anything, memorable that she did. But the moment she's over here, she's doing a lot of memorable things. And you have to give AEW that. They, put her in a different light that is entertaining. And I'm going to be brave and say this. She is more entertaining, as like even promo-wise, than, some of the women over in WWE. I'm not going to call names. I don't want those women to see this and be like, oh, I remember what you said last time. Come get these hands, so. But she is very hella entertaining. And, I must say, AEW did well with her. And you have other people as well that have actually gotten a chance. Like, you have the Hurt Business, or the Hurt Syndicate. You got Ricochet. Ricochet has done more, has been a bit more somewhat entertaining. Although people say, oh, he's corny, he can't cut a promo. But personally, yeah, I like where he's going to. I like where he's going. I mean, this has been something different, and it's not a bad difference. It's not the best different, but it's a pretty good different. But I'm gonna go with Mercedes Moné to actually get this win, and she's gonna become what, 13, 14 belts. Moné, I don't know how many belts she has, man. Anyways, the next match we have is a steel cage match for the AEW. Oh no, I'm gonna leave that one for last. All right, so the next match we have is a singles match, and it's going to be between Darby Allin versus Pac. Man, Darby Allin has been on a roll recently. He is not letting up with these Death Riders, and I think they're regretting messing with this guy. They probably think they're probably calling this guy, like an annoyance, a pest. Like, bro, like, you keep getting beat up and you're still coming back for more. That's a dangerous thing. That's a dangerous thing when you beat up somebody and they just keep coming back at you on site, everything. I mean, if this were real life, that person, he probably would have caught something. They probably would have deleted him by now. But this is pro wrestling. You can't do that in pro wrestling. But man, this guy Darby Allin he's very persistent. I don't see Pac getting this victory over Darby Allin. Don't get me wrong, Pac has had a crazy transformation. I mean, when I see him, he kind of reminds me of a smaller version of Brian Cage. But I don't see Pac winning this. Jason, thank you for joining us. We really and truly appreciate it. Great to see you checking out the live, and feel free to give your own opinions as well. But yeah, so I I don't see Pac picking up this win. Darby Allin is hot right now. He's on a roll. He's on a hot streak. He's on a roll. And this man has like a pretty much devil may care attitude. Like he just doesn't care anymore. So I don't see Pac winning this. Darby's gonna get the win. The next match we have is a no disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship. If Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family. Wait, let me rewind that. No disqualification. No disqualification for the AEW. No disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship. Kyle Fletcher, the defending champion, who will be accompanied, as always, by Don Callis, versus Mark Briscoe, the Sussex County Chicken. And the thing is, the stipulations for this match is if Mark Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family. This is the Don Callis. Don, do you really want this guy as part of your family? When I think of Mark Briscoe joining the Don Callis family, I think of that for all my old heads. Those of you that are like exennials. Y'all remember that little commercial where they had where the guy where everybody was in a restaurant, some kind of upscale restaurant, and people were saying, "Can you please pass the banana all fruit?" And another person was like, "Could you please pass the banana all fruit?" And they were all saying the same thing. And they had this one guy with this, Southern American accent, and I'm talking like Southeast American accent. He goes, "Can you please pass the jelly?" And everybody like just starts fainting, glasses are breaking, plates are dropping, everything. You know, he almost causes a catastrophe just by saying that one thing that is calling it jelly instead of banana or fruit. That's what I see with Mark Briscoe. Like he's gonna be that odd man in that group, and he's gonna just be like causing a ruckus in the Don Callis family. So Don, it's not too late to switch to retract this stipulation if you could. I don't think Mark Briscoe in your family, man. Trust me, he's going. Hey, if you want to do that, that's fine. But yeah, but in all honesty, in regards to this match, I honestly think Mark is going to get the win. He's going to pull off the win, and he's always said he wanted to hold AEW Gold. So this is it right here. AEW TNT Championship goes to Mark Briscoe. That's what I'm going with. So I got him for that. Now, another match that we have, and I just saw what this match is for. And Tony, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why do we have another belt? Like it's like, oh my gosh. I hope this is part of some story and it's not gonna be taken too seriously. Oh my gosh. We have a casino. You know what? Don't let me say that because the last time I said that, the last time I said I didn't care for a certain match, it was the John Cena versus AJ Styles match, and they blew the house off with that match. They blew the house down with that match. I would say that is one of my top 5 favorite matches for this year. But it's going to be a casino gauntlet match for the inaugural AEW National Championship. I don't know what sense it makes to have this championship, but I guess Tony knows what he's doing. I don't know. Then again, something. TNA has what, an international championship now too. Promoters, when you have titles, have them with meaning. Don't just have them to have them. Have them with some sort of meaning so that fans can get excited and fans can look forward to it. Don't just have this like, oh, this is the world championship. This is the national championship. This is the international championship. This is the United States, the TV, or the multimedia. Let's get back to having titles that have meaning. That's how I grew up. Let's have titles that have meaning. Otherwise, it's a whole bunch of garbage we're seeing. And it gets exhausting, mentally exhausting. So, in regards to that, and so in regards to this match, to this now, I don't know who the um participants are. They haven't announced them, but yeah, we just have to wait and see. My apologies if I can't call a prediction on that, because I can't call a prediction on if I can't see who's in it. So um yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So the next match we have is this one's interesting. A $1 million trios match where the winners will receive a $1 million cash prize. Wow, AEW, y'all giving out money today, man. Well, this weekend. First, y'all giving away $200,000. Now y'all giving away $1 million. Man, y'all got it good. So it's gonna be Kenny Omega, the Best Bout Machine, and Jurassic Express, which are the tag team of Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson and Josh Alexander. I am very disappointed in Josh Alexander, by the way. I don't care if he sees this. I'm going to say this right now. I thought this man was going to go over to WWE and reform the Monster Mafia / the North. Those are the tag team names that he went by, with All Ego Ethan Page. I thought we would have seen them together. And then we would have seen them take all those tag team titles in WWE. But then when I look, I see that, oh, he decided to sign with AEW, and I was very disappointed. And now he's basically a henchman. And if you follow this man's career in, TNA, you'll know he's that damn good. When I saw this man 12 years ago, 11 years ago, in Ring of Honor at a Proving Ground show, I think it was called Proving Ground. The event was called Proving Ground, or I think it may have been a Proving Ground match. It was him. It was the two of them, Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, versus Red Dragon. And when I saw Josh Alexander enter that ring, I was like, whoa, this guy is a beast. He is going to go far. These guys are going to go far. And then when I look now, it's like he's in AEW. Okay, but now he's with the Don Callis family. And he's not even one of the members that's getting a chance to like really, really shine. It's like he's just like to me, it feels like it's giving me like henchman vibes, man. And I'm like, he's better than this, man. I mean, at the end of the day, he has to do what's best for his career and his family. I'm like, man, what could have been? Then again, I guess there's still time. But I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Park. Well, not Jurassic Park. Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express to win this match. I don't see, but I have a feeling this is gonna cause, a bit of tension between the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. I got a feeling this is gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express to get the win. All right, so the next match we only have 3 more matches. Trust me, this is not gonna be a long episode. Plus, it's just me. It's just me by myself. So yeah. So the next match we have is a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, and it's gonna be the defending champions, Bro Dito, the tag team of Bandito and Brody King, versus FTR, which are the tag team of Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, accompanied as always by Stokely Hathaway. I'm going to go with Bro Dito retaining. I don't see FTR getting these titles. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? I'm going to reverse my decision. FTR is going to win. FTR is going to win. I'm going to save my general prediction for later on. But FTR is going to get this win. I can see it. So that's what I'm going to go with. FTR. Brodito's been great. I like when they had that match against the Young Bucks when they were like, or was it the Young Bucks, or was it it was either the Young Bucks or it was, oh, no, it wasn't Young Bucks. It was Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. And that was a great match. That's another one of my favorite matches right there. That match was crazy. If I had to give a top five, that would be one of them. But yeah, um, I'm gonna have to go with yeah, I'll have to go with FTR for this one. Bro Dito, they've been great. I remember when they had that match against Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. And I like when Bro Dito said, always forget, never stop fighting. And then man, that was a great moment in that match, man. Like all four of those men tore the house down. But I got a feeling that, FTR is gonna get this win. So the next two matches we have, so the second to last match we have, we're down to two now. The next match we have is a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, Chris Statlander. No, oh, shoot. Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I touch on one already? Oh, my bad. I didn't even know I talked about it. Okay. The last match we have, sorry, I thought I had two more. The last match we have is going to be a steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. And, oh, yeah, Jason, I know. Marco Stunt is a Carl salesman now. Great for him. I always applaud wrestlers that find careers for themselves outside of pro wrestling because you can't wrestle for so long. It's a very strenuous career, and everybody's bodies are different. Some people could do this until they're 60. Some people could do it until they're 50. Some people can, or in their 50s. Some people can. Some people they just have to retire at a young age and call it a day. We have John Cena retiring at this year. I'm not going to put his age out. CM Punk says his is winding down too. He might be retiring either next year or the year. Well, not next year, but he says he sees the end of his career coming soon. AJ Styles might retire next year. So it is what it is. But I'm glad Marco was able to find something that works for him. You know I hope he's getting a decent paycheck from that. And I hope that it's able to provide for him and his family and keep a roof over his head and put food on his table and whatnot. So yeah, I heard about that. Brian Danielson, what about him? I mean, he retired, and he's still with us as a commentator. Although I wouldn't mind seeing him have one more match against Wheeler Yuta, you know, and you know just to I think that would be like the best. That would be the best thing for him, like just to have one more match and have it be against Wheeler Yuta, where either win or lose, this puts some shine on Wheeler Yuta, and he actually decides to say, "Hey, you know something? You can officially use my move set now because you showed you can handle your own." And now we see a brand new Wheeler Yuta, not just the guy that's hanging around, the Death Riders, and that's just there. So we could just hope to see that, or I could just hope to see that. So the last match we have is a steel cage match for the AEW World Championship, and it's going to be the defending champion Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe has been wanting to get this championship back for a while now, and here's his opportunity. He had a title shot last at Wrestle Dream, which was last month. Unfortunately, came up short, but now he's getting the opportunity again. And man, this time it's going to be in a steel cage. I'm going to go with Adam Page retaining, though. I don't see Hangman Page actually losing. I know there's going to be, there's going to be interference from the ops, but at the same time, you got people like Eddie Kingston and Hook, who are actually who sort of have Hangman Adam Page's back. So yeah, I think Hangman Adam Page is going to win out. Is going to win this. at the end of the event. He's gonna win. He's gonna retain. I don't see him losing to Samoa Joe. So those were my predictions. That was the whole card for Full Gear. Make sure y'all check it out. To all my people that are gonna be in attendance for it at Newark, New Jersey. I hope y'all have a great time. I hope y'all actually, you know, get to like, just meet your favorite wrestlers. 'Cause I know sometimes you get to meet them while you're there. Like I said, have a great time. I hope y'all get there to and from there safely. And in regards to I actually have some general predictions as well for this card. Um, yeah, Jason, he retired already. Yes, that Brian Danielson retired. I think since last year, and that was when yeah, he retired last year. I think he was the one that John Moxley won the title from. I don't know. My memory's kind of fuzzy, but yeah, he retired. Or he retired since he's been retired since last year. And you think Hangman will win? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So my final predictions for this whole card, general predictions: what may happen, who may return, what alliances may form, what alliances may break up. So let's get to it. I already said Max Caster and Anthony Bowens in the pre-show. They're gonna find some common ground to win this match. So that's one of them. Another one I have. Um I know I mentioned the trios match with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express are going to get the win, and it's going to cause a rift between the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander, maybe, and possibly even the rest of the Don Callis family. And we're going to see a gradual turn of the Young Bucks back to faces, and we're going to see everybody's favorite trio, the Elite, reform again. And you gotta admit, those guys are hella they're hella entertaining. Whether you like them or hate them, they're entertaining. And the thing I like about the Young Bucks is that even Kenny Omega, they don't care if people think they're not the best in the world, or they don't care what people think about them. They're just gonna go out there and have fun, and people are gonna still watch them. So yeah, that's what I have for that. I have a feeling that Ortiz is gonna make an appearance at this steel cage match between Hangman Adam Page and Samoa Joe. It wouldn't surprise me if he turned on Eddie Kingston. Maybe he feels that Eddie Kingston left him out since he started teaming with Hook, or maybe they'll just form a new trio. But I got a feeling he's gonna get involved with that. And that's all I really have for in terms of general predictions. Other than that, Mark Briscoe is going to be emotional when Mark Briscoe wins that AEW TNT Championship, because he finally met a goal that he's been wanting, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't have any other general predictions, but I know it's going to be a great show. I will definitely be watching. Unfortunately, I'll be at work when this happens. Not that I'm ungrateful to have about having a job, but I won't be able to actually pay attention to it fully since I'll be working. So, but I'll definitely try my best to check it out. And overall, I think it's going to be a great show. And the thing I know is with AEW is that one thing you gotta admit, their shows, their PLEs, they're fire. They're always good. You could say what you want about Dynamite. You could say what you want about Collision. Their shows are on point. So, except for All Out. All Out last year was kind of like, yeah, that the thing with the syringe going through Swerve's cheek, with Adam Page putting a syringe through Swerve's cheek, like, yeah, you didn't need to do that. But I guess that's how they want to be viewed, as that's their way of being an alternative. So, eh, get it how you live. But yes, he's been on commentary for a while, Jason. It's been yeah, he's been on commentary for like since for like almost a year now, if not a year already. But yeah, he's reached out. But in WWE, nobody else nobody really retires. I mean, people sometimes they come out of retirement for a one-off match, I mean, so you you never know. But I hope when if he comes out of retirement, it's against Wheeler Yuta, just so that we could see that match happen. All right, and you also asked, okay, Jason. So you're asking if Jericho is going to be. Honestly, I don't know. There's nothing else for Jericho to do in AEW, so it wouldn't surprise me if he went to WWE and had a retirement tour and called it a career. I mean, people got to realize that you know, there's nothing else for him to do. He's put over people already. He's been the champion of that. He was the first world champion for that company. So there's nothing else that for him to do. So what's next? Go see what else there is in another company. So do I think he's going to go W? I think he will. I think this is going to be one more run for him, and that's it. Yes, we all miss Britt Baker. We do. If she went WWE, it'll be interesting because her former tag team partner, who she actually sort of resembles, Chelsea Green's over there. So it would be kind of interesting to see them both actually meet up in WWE. And you think Adam Cole may retire? Sometimes the best answers for questions is time. So who knows? Only time will tell. But anyways, those are my predictions for AEW Full Gear. Thank you to everybody that tuned in live today. Thank you for hearing me ramble about wrestling. We really and truly appreciate it. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. It's kind of nice outside, and my stomach is rumbling a bit. So that means it's time to get some lunch and enjoy what's going on outside. But before I partake in those activities, I just gotta say, thank you very much. We here at Ringside Society, we strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to. And of course, we're not gonna stop being that, because this is all about our love for professional wrestling. It's not about us. It's not about us trying to get clout or anything. I mean, we do this for you, the fans, as well. And we're not gonna stop doing that. We're gonna keep on striving, and all that great stuff. So if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky, at the Remy Blue. Well, Twitter and Instagram are at the Remy Blue, and so is TikTok as well. I do food reviews on TikTok as well, and also reviews of places I've been to. I tell y'all, I'm traveling a lot, so take that trip with me, and you'll see some cool stuff. And then when you go yourself in person, you'll see them as well. Blue Sky is at remyblue.bsky.social. And I'm also on Facebook, as you guessed it, Remy Blue. So you can find me on there as well too. Our podcast, of course, is on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Blue Sky as well at ringsidesociety.bsky.social. We're also on Spotify, and we're also on Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have coffee mugs. As a matter of fact, like I said last night, we're going to be starting our In Your City series, which is where we're going to have our Ringside Society logo, but we're also going to have it in the colors of certain cities. We've already started with New Orleans, in that purple, gold, and green. That's right. That's actually available right now on Teespring. So if you're from New Orleans, or if you love New Orleans and you also love us, go ahead and cop yourself a shirt or a hoodie. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. They do not go back into our pockets. And last but not least, we're also on YouTube, where you can see all these great interviews or great episodes like this one, with me doing the Full Gear predictions, like our episode from last night where we interviewed former WWF Women's Tag Team Champions, the Glamour Girls. And our episode before that one, where we interviewed Doomsday as well. You can find all those great episodes on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. It's not even pre-algebra. Just go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well, and that well, first off, we want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. To those of you that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at Gordon Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know it's no secret. We see it. Everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. They seem to be giving them out like candy these days. But we're not just any podcast. We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. I'm going to say it right now. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for AEW Full Gear. It's about to be another hit. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we'll be back not next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say it right now. Happy Thanksgiving in advance to those of you that are celebrating. May you enjoy this great time with your family and loved ones and friends. And, be merry, drink a lot, but drink drink responsibly. And as I always say, don't have fun, but don't have fun at anybody else's expense. So we'll be back next month with another impressive guest, another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all: stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.